Good morning, everybody. I am live streaming here to catch you up on what's going on. I made a post over in our Afterglow chat room to explain my morning. It's been nuts, and I've had so many emails and questions. I'm just going to do a broadcast to tell you guys everything so I don't have to type this a million times. All right, so um, I kind of want to give everybody a minute or two to get in here before I uh, start this story. But it's around, early in the morning. Oh, first off, let me tell you what's going on. So I've been traveling for the last month. After Kate and I broke up, we're like in this sort of quasi roommate relationship thing. And um, I still wanted to go do traveling. I don't know what we are. So I've been leaving and just kind of doing my own thing and trying to work on myself and heal and move around and all that stuff, and it's been going well. And you guys have been traveling with me, and I appreciate that. So the problem though was, I'm still in love with Kate, and I still talk to her all the time and everything, and I planned on going back there for the winter to kind of just let the money recharge the situation. So what happened was, I get a call. So right now I am in Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. I just got here yesterday, and I'm trying to help my mom, and she's sick, so I'm down here helping her. And I I get a call, a frantic call at like 6 in the morning, and I look at my phone, and my phone doesn't take calls until like 7. Like the phone won't ring. So I don't know how it rang. It did. I guess if you call enough, maybe it rings. But she had sent me a bunch of texts about the power going out in the middle of the night, and I didn't see them. I was sleeping. And then she's never called me at 6, and I was like, why is she calling so early? What's going on? I figured the cat was sick or something was going on. And she's like, I'm freaking out. The fire department, the police just came by. They're evacuating everyone on the street. The dams, they're worried that the dam's going to break because we live right next to a river. And she's like, everybody has to get out. And when she looked, the power's out. So, she can't find anything in the dark. And, we're trying to get flashlights and figure out what's going on. And she's, it's like morning and groggy. And the fire department's like, you've got a few minutes to get your stuff and get the hell out because they're afraid the dam's going to break. And so, um, can't find the cat, of course. The cat's outside. Well, sorry, the cat got out before she knew I guess what was going on, or the cat got outside. But the shelters don't let you take a cat anyway, so I don't know what to do. We don't even have a cat carrier, I don't think. See, what happened is, we used to live in the south of New Hampshire, and then we moved to the north. And in the south, I'm kind of a prepper guy, so I've got bug out bags. I've got at least a little emergency plan, and I had an emergency plan where we used to live, but when we moved here, we've just kind of been so disorganized. There's no prep out plan. Like, we've never talked about where to go. The bags are like in the shed. You can't really get to them easily. Uh, Stuff's all over the place. The house is leaking because the rain's so ridiculously torrential. It's just a whole conglomerate of things, and so uh, it's been a big mess. So this totally is. I'm a bad prepper because we were not prepared for this. So I get this call, and I'm like 1,000 miles away. I can't do a damn thing for her, and I'm freaking out because Um, she's trying to clean out the house in the last, in the dark in the last few minutes. She's groggy. She doesn't know what to grab. I'm telling her where to grab the emergency food and the emergency, stuff. And the whole town's out of power apparently. Like, and then I wake up and I find out that the whole, like New England is just being devastated by this storm. And it's been raining for 5 days anyway. So the dam's at its maximum. And she wakes up and like all of our neighbors have split. No one told us, no one checked on her. Like, our neighbors suck. So like no one let her know at all this was happening. And she collected what she could, and she got out and got to a shelter. So she's at a town shelter, but with no idea what's going on with the house, what's going on with the flood. If we're gonna have a house, of course we don't have flood insurance because it's like outrageously expensive. I think it's something like $4,000 to $5,000 a month, a year. I mean, it's like crazy expensive. Um, so I have no idea if we'll have a house tomorrow or whatever. And I feel really bad because even though yeah, we don't know what's going on with the relationship, all that. I still love her, and I still care about her and our house and what's going on with that, and we're trying to figure it all out, and I just feel really bad and guilty, like that I'm not there for her. But my mom's. I needed to help my mom. She's not feeling good either. So I'm down here in South Carolina, and even if I'd gotten a car, and I think it's like 1,000 miles, it would take me almost 24 hours of driving to get there. All I'd be doing is sitting in a shelter. I don't know if I'd be any help at this point because I can't get back to the house. They've closed the roads, they've closed the streets. Um, you're pretty much just trapped, and the whole town's out of power except the shelter. So it's a hell of a thing to wake up and all of a sudden, like, all your possessions, all your stuff, your cat, everything's just like you don't know what's going to happen with it. Um, so that's what's up. I don't know. I'm seeing some chat that you guys say it's buffering. I hope you can hear this. If you can, just let me know. And I see a little bit of the chat. So you can always reset it if it's buffering. Sometimes that helps. Just refresh it. I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying or not. So it's one of those things that I'm kind of in shock this morning because I don't. One, I mean, financially, what if we lose everything? I mean, we're already struggling. It's like, okay, I come back and the house is underwater. Uh, and then, poor Kate is freaking out being alone, and I feel really bad and guilty not to be there to help her because, kind of in a relationship, the prepping side's my stuff. I know where everything is. I know where, I've got a whole prep plan in the house, and all I can do is kind of talk her through a little of it, but I'm really dropped the ball on this one, and I feel terrible. Like, I've never been so unprepared. We have nowhere to go because um, when we moved, we haven't made any real life friends. Like, there's no one she can drive to that we know that would be like, yeah, come stay with us and bring the cat. The shelters don't take a cat. We don't even have a cat carrier. Can't find the damn cat. Hopefully he's smart enough to stay out of the water. I would assume cats will stay the hell away from a moving river creeping up. Um, Tim, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, the flooding is uh, the flooding is in New Hampshire. Oh, Unirock, how do I turn down my bit rate? If that's a problem why it's doing it, I just don't know how to do it. Maybe under settings. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this. Maybe it's under stream or output or something. My bit rate's 3,800 Unirock. I don't know if that will slow. If that's fast or slow. I don't really know what that means. Anyway, so yeah, like, what do you do? I mean, imagine that. Yeah, if you look at a map right now, like, I woke up and I almost never watch the news, and they watch the news and they're like, flash flood warning, and there's this bright red area on the map, and it's like right over my house. On the whole East Coast, we're getting hit the hardest, right where I live, and it's scary because of it's already been raining for days, so the dam's already full, and then Kate said there's like trees down, the wind's crazy, and the flood. It was so bad she couldn't even see out the windows. She said that like she was sitting in the car and you can't see out of the rain, and that's not good because the dam's already at its max. So I'm really kind of freaking out and hoping this rain passes over as fast as possible because it could be financially devastating. It could be really bad. So I'm gonna try to stay positive. All I can do is pray. I mean, what else can I do? I feel guilty because I want to jump in a car and drive up there, but why? What can I do? Like I sit around a shelter. And now, Rach, we don't have insurance because I don't know if you ever realized that flood insurance is outrageously expensive. It's like $200 to $300 a month. I think we priced it out and it was almost something like close to 4,000 a year, and you know that is not concomitant to our place. I mean, you know, it's too cheap to spend that kind of money. So no, we don't have flood insurance. All I can do is I can pray that we're on a little bit of a hill compared to our neighbors. Maybe those couple feet will make a difference. That's the best I can do. But I'm going to. I just feel really guilty that like I'm traveling and doing this, and this is the absolute worst. Even no matter what our relationship is and our standing, yeah, I still love the girl. I would never, even for any kind of friend, I would be there and in the trenches. But it's like, what can you do? Once they yank you out of your house, you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs. There's nothing you can do but worry. So yeah, Rach, I went to setting. What am I supposed to change here? I'm in OBS. If people are complaining they can't see it, I got to turn down the stream. So I'm in the output. What do I type for video bitrate? Do I change it? Like, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. Where's Unirock when you need him? So I don't know what to say. I hope you guys can still see this. Can she go to my parents' place? Maybe, but if she does, she's going to lose her job. She actually has to go to work today. It's still open, and it's one of these jobs that you got to go or you lose your job. So if she goes, she'll lose her job and we'll lose our house. And the cat. God knows. I mean, what do you do with a cat? He was a stray cat when we found him. I mean, he'll probably be okay, but winter's coming. It's getting cold as hell, and we have a little outdoor cat area just in case he, we have like a heated cat box, but there's no power, so at least he can find something dry. That's you worry because that's the worst part of these disasters is the pets, man. Like the pets. My mom has she lives in Myrtle Beach and she has been through multiple hurricanes and she never leaves because the shelters don't allow pets. She rides it out every year in her house. They board up the windows and just and that's scary. That, but I understand. It's you get to a point where you just take the chance and rather be in your own place. So I am okay for you guys just tuning in and missed everything in the beginning. I am in South Carolina, but my house and Kate and all that, everything I own is in New Hampshire, and we live right near a river, which is right upstream from a dam. And it has been raining like crazy for the last few days. But then last night, all hell broke loose, and the police came, fire department. They yanked everybody out of their houses, made them evacuate, and Kate is stuck at a shelter, and we have no idea what's going on, and it's just really disheartening because I can't do anything from this far away, and all I can do is take phone calls and calm her down. And she had a few minutes to just wander around the house and grab what she could. Imagine waking up at 5 in the morning, someone at your door and saying, "Okay, you got 20 minutes to grab what you can get." What are you going to remember in that panic? You're going to forget, your wallet, your cash, your electronics, your passports, oh shoot, I forgot we left all of our important papers in there, I bet. No idea. Damn, man, I forgot about that stuff. Like this, and usually I'm organized and I have an escape plan, and I'm like the guy that handles that stuff. In a relationship, somebody usually handles. There's usually one person more prepared than the other, and I feel really guilty because that's me. She just trusts me to handle crisis and situations, and I'm not there. And I don't really have I have no way to really help her that far away. So if you, I don't know. You know what sucks is we haven't made any real life friends up there. Like we'd had some a few hours away. Maybe she could drive to them, but we haven't talked to them in a long time, and it would be kind of weird to just be like, "Hey, can I stay at your house?" And you can stay at a hotel if you can find a room, but those we don't have a lot of finances. We'd probably burn through that money in a week. So uh, she's just stuck at a shelter, man. And I hope it's a good shelter. It's a town hall. They cleared out the town hall, but she said it's basically like a room. There's no beds. There's nothing. It's just like a room you can sit in. There's a bathroom, which is good. But so she's gonna just go to work so she doesn't lose her job and try not to freak out. Okay, Rachel, go under output. Do I just type it in the output under 2000? Okay, let's try it. So you guys tuning in, I'm talking also to the Uni team, and they're telling me that my bid rate's too high, and that is why the video is choppy. So let me see if I can fix that so you guys can at least watch this and not lose the bit rate here. Alright, I'm going to put this at 2000. I'll put it at like 17. Okay, so I fixed the bit rate, and hopefully that goes a little better. Just tell me if that fixed it in a few minutes. Yeah. So that's a hell of a thing. So what can you do? I'm 1,000 miles away. I don't know if I even have a house by the end of the day. Kate is freaking out. We can't find a cat. She's stuck in a shelter alone. Doesn't know anyone. Doesn't have anywhere to go. We don't have any real life friends there. All of my family's like 1,000 miles away. So it's one of these things that it sucks when you don't have a support system. Apparently. So I'm just gonna deal with it, pray, and do the best I can to do what I can, and just hope it all works out. Maybe tomorrow I'll get a call that the dam didn't break and we're okay. The dam broke like 5 years ago and it wiped a bunch of stuff out. So hopefully they fixed it then. But Kay said like the rain's like sideways, and she's never seen it so hard. And there's trees down everywhere. The roads are closed. Like it's like Armageddon there, man. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. And I got on here because I was getting emails and stuff. I had mentioned it in our chat room, and I just didn't want to have to tell the story over and over by typing it out in chat and texting. And it's just easier to talk about it in one shot over the air. So as far as I know, the East Coast, like I woke up this morning and I know it's gone up the East Coast through New York and New Jersey. The coastline is really windy and there's some damage there. But right now it's settled over New Hampshire, and it's just especially right over the mountains where I live, and it's just killing us. And I just feel so bad, man. I can't get up there to do anything. That's the worst part. I don't know what to do. Like, what do you do in my position? It's pointless to jump in a car and drive 1,000 miles, probably through a storm, to get there. And I mean, I'll have to go up if she doesn't get back in a few days. I got to go up and help her clean up the damage and see what's up and see if I have a house left. But I'm here taking care of my mom. She's been sick pretty bad the last few weeks too, so I'm not sure what to do. Ugh, pressure and stress. I was in a good place yesterday. Now, so I gotta deal with it. Robin says I'm away at my mother's, but we have a condo in the Chesapeake Bay. The bay's usually a little better. You get protected some, but who knows? You probably have to call. I love the Chesapeake Bay. I spent a lot of time at Aztec Island in Chickatee. Lived there for a little bit. It was great. So I love the Eastern Shore. Prayers to you guys out there. I didn't even know there was a storm. Like, who knew? I don't pay attention to the news at all. I'm the worst. So that's what's currently going on. Is the bit rate better, Uni team? I don't know. I mean, I don't know who to ask for help. Uniraj says it wouldn't be weird for you to ask for help. I don't have real life friends up there. Like, all of our friends are the people that live near us, and they all evacuated. So the people we'd ask are also in the same boat. I don't know where to go, and unfortunately, she's tied to this crappy job, and she can't just like get up and leave for a week without losing her job. So uh, I'm not sure, but we can't live in a hotel because we'd be out of money in like a month. It'd wipe us out completely, as expensive as hotels are. So we got to figure something out. And hopefully, I'm just praying that they get a call and they say you can go back to your house. But who knows how long the power will be out? It's going to freeze tonight. Without power, we don't have any heat. I've got some emergency canisters that she can go about 4 or 5 days on some heat. But that's it. I really, I had prepped the house and got everything ready because I figured, in the winter there's ice storms and you get the heat knocked out and stuff like that. And like I kind of know where everything is and how everything works, and she just doesn't know anything like that. She doesn't know how to turn on stuff. I tried to show her, but I don't think she paid any damn attention. So I hope I just feel really bad that she has to go through it alone and it makes me miss her, and I wish I could help. So that's it. Thanks, Robin. She says the community is here for you. I appreciate that, and that's what is really nice. Is I get some help. I'll keep you guys updated. That's all I know right now, and hopefully in a few hours I'll know a little more, and we'll see if the house is still alive. Hopefully when they call off the evacuation, and hopefully find the cat. Hope he's okay. It's just the cold weather and the winds are nasty, and not a good combination with water. What do you do, man? This is why I need friends that we could drive to. Like, we need a second place or something, a little bug out camp or something.